Hi guys, today I'm going to be unboxing some blueberry bushes that I ordered, and I'm also going to be planting them out in containers. I ordered them from True Vine Ranch, and this is not a sponsored video in any way. They did not send me these for free. I just purchased these because I wanted them. Okay, here we go, the moment of truth. Let's see what these look like. Right, I'm going to get these out of the box. Wow, these are really big. Oh my goodness. I'm going to look at these. Here's a good look at these. I'd say they're every bit of 4 foot tall, probably taller. Hope you can see them. They're probably kind of blending in with the woods there in the background. These are the containers that I'm going to be using for now. I really didn't want to use this one. I went out looking for another pot at Lowe's the other day. I couldn't find one that I really liked that wasn't very, very expensive. I just wanted a large plastic pot like this one. According to the instructions they sent me, you need a container that is 20 to 24 inches in diameter and 15 to 18 inches deep. And that one is definitely that big. This one may or may not be, I'm not sure. My other blueberry plants are grown in containers this size too. And I'm going to be looking to pot up the oldest one really soon. I'm going to have to go out and just find something. My planting medium is going to be some leftover potting soil from last year, mixed with some pine bark mulch and maybe a little of this all-purpose garden soil, also mixed with some peat moss. I found this fertilizer at Lowe's the other day. It's Hollytone. It's a slow release fertilizer that's good for acid loving plants. Let's see what the ingredients is. Alright, so we've got derived from feather meal, poultry manure, bone meal, alfalfa meal, green sand, sulfate of potash, magnesia, and elemental sulfur. Elemental sulfur is acidic, I believe. And I got a really good deal on this. It was only $3 marked down. This is some of that peat moss. I put it into a couple 5-gallon buckets and drenched a couple gallons of water over each bucket. Before using peat moss, it's easiest if you pre-moisten it because it tends to repel water when it's very dry when you just open it and get it out of the bag. I forgot to tell you before, but pine bark mulch is acidic, and so is the Canadian sphagnum peat moss. There's some acidity in the fertilizer. Here's my potting soil. I'm going to go ahead and start adding things in, mixing it in. It's probably going to be about a third of the potting soil mixed with the bagged garden soil to 1/3 peat moss to maybe a third of the pine bark mulch. We'll see. And then I'm going to top it all off with some pine bark mulch. All right, so I'm going to just jump in here and start mixing it all in. hole dug out right here in the center of the pots. That might be good. We'll see. Try it out. There we are. Yeah, I think that's actually just about perfect. I want the top of the soil line right here to the root ball. No deeper, no lower. And I also got to put some mulch on here. So I'll just put it out a little bit away from the root ball. All of this is going to settle over time. And you can make adjustments later after it settles. We'll get some more mulch on here. These are 3-year-old blueberry bushes. That's why they're so big. These are about the same size as my oldest blueberry bush. And I'm not sure how old it is. I'll have to go back and look at my videos. Whenever you're growing blueberry plants in a container, they're going to be a little bit smaller than they would be if you planted them in the ground. I want to get my oldest blueberry bush planted into a bigger container soon. So hopefully this year, definitely this year, I'm going to find another pot for it. I want to just give it a little more room and refresh the soil. It's been in the same soil since I planted it. So I have 2 varieties here. One is Blue Crop and the other is a variety called Reka, R-E-K-A. The reason that I'm growing these in pots and not in the ground is because my soil has a neutral leaning towards alkaline pH, and blueberries prefer soil to be on the acidic side. I feel like I have better control over the whole situation when I grow them in pots. These are my other blueberry plants. The one closest to me is Blue Gold, and I forgot the name of the variety of the other one. I planted the Blue Gold a few years ago. It's done really well. I had also planted another blueberry bush at the same time that I planted the Blue Gold blueberry bush, and it didn't do very well, so I ended up getting a replacement blueberry bush for it a couple of years ago, and that is my second blueberry bush here. You know the blueberry bushes that they sell in the little boxes and they're just a few dollars each? You see them a lot in the springtime in the big stores like Walmart. That is what this second blueberry bush originally was. It was basically just this little cutting with some roots sprouted out of it. I paid a few dollars for the bush. It's grown quite a bit. I wish I knew what variety it was. When growing blueberries, you want to grow more than one plant and more than one variety because they will pollinate each other. In my opinion, the worst thing about growing them in pots is that you have to water them a lot. When it's really hot, you really need to be watering them pretty much every day. I fertilize these plants a couple of times a year, usually sometime in the early spring, and once they start flowering, I'll usually throw in another handful of fertilizer. Other than that, I don't give them a lot of fertilizer. They seem to be doing okay with what I'm doing. If you grow them in pots, let me know how often you fertilize them. If you use a liquid water-soluble fertilizer or if you use a granular slow-release fertilizer. I'm definitely interested to hear about what other people do. I'm always open to trying new things and seeing what works the best. And that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Tell me all about your blueberry bushes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.